Everything is ready to back down the ramp. You ready for day 2?
Ready as I'll ever be.
All right, let's go.
Let's do it.
4 boats. There's Abby. Good morning, Tim.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. Alright, catching up with Jody. He's made a beeline for where he caught his 20 yesterday, and there was some other good fish caught. So we actually watched another angler get an 18 and I think a 17 and a quarter there. So making a run.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that's different this morning is it's a little bit cloudy. We just have, the morning bite just hasn't been on. They're sleeping in this morning. We're 2 hours into the tournament, and I've caught several really small ones, but they wouldn't measure. And top water wasn't working for me, and the only thing I can catch them on right now is this little jig. Even though they're small, you know, sooner or later a big one's got to pick it up, I'm hoping. But I think it's a timing thing. I think this is probably going to fire up here in the next hour or two, probably. And then just catch as many as you can in that 2-3 hour period, probably. Now, I could have slept in this morning, ate breakfast, watched a little bit of TV, get down here about 10 o'clock and start fishing. I ain't had a decent fish in 2.5 hours. 10 inches. So this is where I got my limit and my 20 incher yesterday. I caught a limit fairly fast. But there's just little ones like that right here in here today that I'm not catching anything with any size. So I'm gonna drop down into the islands, hit some really fast moving water with chug holes in it, you know, just holes that are kind of sitting by themselves and little drops, and see if I can't pick something up in a really fast moving water.
What'd you get?
12 incher.
All right. It's a start.
I just had a big hit. I broke off, but it could have been a muskie because my line didn't have no frays in it, and it was cut really smooth. So I'm still going to throw back in there before I hit my hole over there. Little ones again.
Yeah. Over 12, huh?
Barely 12.
Yeah. You got some parasite on his tail.
Mm-hmm. Is that a cross? I think it is. I'm not in that hole.
You breaking off? Because you don't want to crash the hole.
Huh?
You're breaking off because you don't want to crash the hole.
Right.
All right.
That's gonna be tough.
You snagged again?
Yeah. That was the most horrible fish landing job I've ever done.
Was it effective?
It made it.
All right.
It wasn't pretty.
Yeah. Success.
Yeah, I beefed it. I beefed my jig up.
All right. Ooh, yeah, you did. Put that
mushroom head.
craws.
Pro crawls, yeah. That's a little bit better fish than I have, so.
Looking to weed out the. How many undersized fish, under 12 inches, do you think you've caught today? I think I filmed most of them. I bet you got 15.
Probably 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a lot.
I'm counting the ones that's like got off on me. I thought, well, shoot, I'll just go for something that's bigger profile.
Yeah. I like that plan.
My good buddy, he makes there's 14.
All right. Everything look all right with the pick? He's fat for what he is.
Yeah.
He got a little paunch, little belly.
Look like a little baby. Yeah. We're good to go. Well, that's 3. I need 2 more.
Twelve and a half, maybe?
12 3/4.
All right. Last one moved him up to 8th place. He's still got a lot of fish that he can't cull. He starts getting into bigger ones. Let's see who's winning. Yeah, that's not a surprise.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. Got him. Even though he wrapped under your drag strap.
Yeah, he tried to go under the boat all the way.
Oh, he is good now.
Oh, this is a good one, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's 16 or 17.
Oh, he's bigger than that.
Let's see.
I think when we've been looking at, sub 12 inches all day, it's like, that's what an adult looks like. All right, 17 and a quarter.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
Closed mouth, tail touching the 1/4 inch.
Yep, and the
identifier in.
Needed that one.
Let me snap a quick pic just for close. Yep. Smiles, man.
I am smiling.
There it is. Nice. Let it go. See the fishes. Oh. Yeah. Almost figured 8 my ankles.
That's 5.
Yeah, it's 5. Good job.
All right, so I got my limit. I think I got a good bait now.
Figured
I
something
just
out.
had to change my technique a little bit, that's all.
Yeah.
Presentation is what I've changed with that when I put that on there. Let's see.
Alright, we're gonna see how that helps him. He's climbing, and as expected, he's finding a few of the bigs. What's he got to call? Let's look at the day 2. And his first call with 68. And he's got some 12 inchers to call.
Maybe 16, 15 and a half, maybe.
Alright, that helps.
Yeah.
You got a pair of 12-inch calls to take care of. And that for sure is helpful.
Yes, it is. Very helpful.
Good job, man.
I think there might be another one in there. That hole drops off deep in there.
Yeah.
15 and a half. 15. Behave. As soon as I said that, he opened his mouth.
I said behave. He said, I don't like you, Jody Queen. Got him.
Okay. That's a good one.
See ya. Hopefully it doesn't run right back in there and say, hey guys,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
we got a problem.
Yeah.
It is sort of like right there. Talk to me about why that spot. I mean, this is all seriously ankle deep, right? And
Yeah, it's all ankle deep all around me right here, and it comes down this shoulder, and then when it hits that tree over there, that big sycamore, it just dives into a big deep hole right around the base of it.
how deep you think it is there?
Probably 5 deep in the deepest part right there. Just over your kneecaps maybe.
That's enough.
And that's enough. They'll get in those holes, lay in the shade. just lay there until they want to come out and feed. But if you put something in there, a lot of times they'll hit it. You got to figure there's probably tree roots and everything in there. Those sycamores, they grow out off the bank like that. They can get way back underneath them.
Huh.
Oh, barely missed the net. Yeah. There's an upgrade.
So you run them to shore because it's just a safer place to handle them if they flop out?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a good spot to be. I've got more control over everything. And I sure don't want to lose this fish. Oh yeah.
He's big.
15.
Nice, man. So that'll call your 12.
Yeah, and I've got one more 12 I need to call.
I think it's a 12.75.
Was it?
Yeah, but this one calls a 12.
Yes.
So your next call will be 12.75.
Yeah.
I think you had him. I think he was on that hook pretty
Dude,
good.
he wasn't coming off.
He jumped. He had a couple jumps.
Yeah. I couldn't see the jig in his mouth, so I figured he was hooked pretty good.
Nice. You feel him whack it pretty good?
Yeah.
Or was he just there?
Oh, it was floating down and it just stopped.
Yeah.
And he just took it in. Oh, 15 and a half.
15 and a half is a good.
That's a good call.
Good call, man.
He's been caught before.
You gonna hit that 3/4 line?
No.
No?
He's a solid 15 and a half.
Alright.
Every time I take a picture, he opens his mouth. Come on now.
Be nice if you could reason with him.
Yeah.
Say, look, as soon as you cooperate, the sooner you get to go home.
Check them pictures. Yeah, I got 15 and a half. I got my identifier showing. My hand's not behind the gill plate. Nose is up. We're good.
Okay.
Good catch.
Right
I
on.
need one more to call. I need about another 20.
20. Alright, let's go with 20.
I need a 20. I need a big kicker fish. What I need right now. Let's get one. start heading back up, try to end up close to where I was at yesterday. Try to upgrade, but there's some good fishing between here and there, so I'm hoping I'll pick up another upgrade.
So we're wading back up to the pool where he got his 20 yesterday, and then most of the, well, he finished the limit there. So he wanted to end here today. I think he's 8 3/4 inches behind the leader as of whatever is posted. There's still people out there that have not submitted fish. And we got about 45 minutes to go. So to catch the leader as it shows, he needs more than one upgrade. That 12.75, if he can upgrade that, I think it's more of a, hey, he's gonna fend off anybody coming in from behind. He's gonna need 2 solid upgrades to win this. We'll see what he gets done in this pool. It's basically the right kind of grass, which is one of the first videos I did with him when I started filming with him, you know, Tuesday of the week leading up to this. So we will have a lot of different Jody Queen intel, a lot of individual interview questions that'll be on the channel. So if you found this video and you're looking for more content, more of Jody Queen's, you know, what he has to teach us about river fishing, there's a whole lot of content there. So I better catch up with him. He really moves quick. Ooh.
No 13.
All right, that's your 3 o'clock alarm.
You gave it a good shot.
Yeah, man. I think you fished well.
Well, that's it. That's a wrap for the Hobie BOS on the new river. I'm hoping for a top 5 finish.
Oh, I think you got that.
Right. And
can I tell you what it looked like the last I saw it? No? You don't want to know. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell me. Give me a breakdown of the of your day.
Yeah, I mean, the day started out really slow. I really didn't have no fish up until, you know, gosh, I guess it was probably 11 o'clock before I started catching fish, but I just had to change areas. I revisited some areas that I previously caught some fish on, and the fish just weren't there, and I was thinking maybe it might be a timing thing, so I wanted to end up back in this spot where I'm at the end of the day, which I did, and the fish still aren't there. But I found fish in really fast moving water, up against the push water, up against like ledges and stuff, and just behind it. But the water really had to be moving. It had to be 3-4 feet deep, and it's just I just hit one stretch, and I made an adjustment. I went up a little bit higher on my baits. The water's kind of cleared up a little bit, but put on this Z-Man Pro Crawl.
Tell me about the head you got. That's a Tim Isaacs special, huh?
Tim Isaac makes those head, and he gave
He's
me
got a do it mold, and he made that with the.
With the mushroom head.
Yep, I think I got
and
that. And
he puts an EWG in it, so you can use these thicker baits and still get a good hook set on them, and they work really, really well. Tim does a good job on them.
Yep.
But the Z-Man Pro Crawls, special jig head. Thank you, Timbo. I appreciate it. And it's just
here come the phone calls.
Yeah.
Appreciate Corey with Hobie and Jeff Little with Torpedo for their volunteer help this weekend. Shout out to our local Hobie dealer, Andrew and Mark Hitchcock, for their support of local kayak fishing and everything they were able to do for our anglers this weekend as well. 60 for our Tournament of Champions at Lake Chickamauga this November in Dayton, Tennessee. All right, in third, taking home $1,850. Had 81.5 inches on day one, 75 inches today for 156.5, Jody Queen. Hey, Jody.
What?
How are you, man?
Man, I'm doing good. Look at this. I'm having a good time.
Fishing Rivers has cashed you a few checks over the years.
Yeah. I love my rivers. I love the new river. It's always, you know, those fish, I know there's a lot of small fish caught, but there's a huge amount of big fish in that river. They get a little flaky in July, and into August, they tend to go toward, feeding at night a lot because of the pressure on some of the parts of the river. But whatever we caught, there's 10 times that out there that's big and huge and gnarly. It's just a great river, beautiful river. And that's just a river that I fished for 40 years. I love it. I love it up here.
Awesome, man. Well, we love, you know me, I love this river. I was excited to have the opportunity to bring the series here.
Yes.
You, like mentioned earlier, you spent a lot of time and effort both helping anglers get familiarized with the river. You helped me kind of figure out where some of these ramps were when you can't see them because the cliff's overhanging and the trees are overhanging, and Google Earth doesn't work that way.
Nope.
So, you invested a lot of your pre-tournament time into helping other people. It says a lot about the kind of person you are. Anybody that's ever spent any time around you would have is not surprised by that. So we want to thank you for the efforts that you put in. But now I want to hear a little bit about what it took this weekend to be up here. Top three. Got your last time we did a satellite event in New River, and you punched your ticket to a Tournament of Champions that you went ahead and won. So there's a little history in this whole thing, but we want to hear about Jody Queen's river experience this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, you can't win them all, and I'm just fortunate that most of the river that I fish up here, it's all fishing history. And I'm just lucky to know what I know about the river. And you guys that come up here cold and never been here before, my hat's off to you because it's a tough river to learn, and you did a great job. Day one, I was all set to just catch a big bunch of fish on a jackhammer and a whopper flopper, and it was just non-existent for me. I had to. I did catch a couple early in the morning on a jackhammer, the new Evo actually. But it just didn't pan out, so I had to make an adjustment. I adjusted downsized to a sand tone jig, and with a small trailer on the back of it, a Z-Man TRD crawl, and it seemed to be working. So I stuck with that for most of the day, and that's what got me my fish. Actually, it just pulled me out of it one stretch, and that's what happened when I caught that big 20. It was on that small finesse bait. So being able to make the right adjustments is what pulled me through that day one, and also today actually. Started out the same way. It was just real slow for me. the areas that I caught fish and found fish in, they just didn't seem to be in there. So, 10:30 or 11 o'clock, I still didn't have a fish on the board, so floated down and tried fishing a different type of water. Caught a few on that finesse jig, but what it really changed for me is I increased my footprint. I got a bigger bait but less weight, so I was kind of just letting it drift and bump and hit rocks, and when it stopped, I just let it sit there for a minute and pull it off. And that's what the ticket was. My buddy Tim Isaacs here, he makes the jigs that I was using, the jig heads, and man, they're awesome. But yeah, and I got lucky, he got me a decent limit today, so pulled it out.
Definitely did, man. How's it feel to know you're going to be at Lake Chickamauga?
And that's what I look forward to. You know me, man. I just got to get back. I want one more. I'd love to win that again, but it's a great tournament. It's just a great event, and you guys do a wonderful job. And that's what I look forward to every year, is to try to qualify for the TOC. So yeah, it's an awesome event. I'm looking forward to it. Awesome, man.
Well, anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, man. Fishing online, they keep me stocked up with everything. That's Z-Man and Yak Attack, all the products they carry. So go on over and give them a shout and check them out. And Torpedo. Thank God we're allowed to use them in practice, because I'm gonna go home and sleep for about 3 days. All my little paddling muscles are not. I don't know where they went. But Torpedo, man. I mean, they got me through the practice period, and if I'd have had to paddle through all that, then it'd been really rough on me for the last couple of days. But it worked out great. I'm really appreciative of them. Casting rods, man. I tell you, I started using casting rods for the last couple of years, and they just keep getting better and better and better. They perform so well on the river. I've never had a problem fighting the fish, or felt like didn't have any confidence in my rods, and you need that. So casting rods, definitely. I think that's about it.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations. I know there can be a lot of pressure when you got a lot of history and spent a lot of time taking folks' money out on this river. So I know it wasn't the victory, man, but top 3 in this field in these conditions.
Hey, I'm ecstatic.
Absolutely.
I promise you.
And you earned it, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.